If you're planning to raise a family here in Edmonton, you're probably asking yourself, what are the most safest, friendly, and peaceful places to do that? And lucky for you, I do have an answer for that. I have my top 10 neighborhoods for families, and every one of them is inside the Henday. That is pretty handy, right? All of them are based on my personal experience, and also they based on average price for houses, so they all are gonna be in affordable areas. And as always, it's me. My name is Serhii Titovskyi. I'm a real estate agent in Edmonton greater area. If you have any questions about buying, selling, or investing in any of the properties, give me a shout or text or call. I'll be happy to assist you with any of your questions. There's going to be a couple ways of communicating with me. All of them are going to be linked in the description. There's going to be different links, so you can check it out. But now let's rock and roll and let's go to our top 10 neighborhoods inside the Edmonton. So let's start in the northwest. Carlton is a peaceful new neighborhood with parks, ponds, and a K-9 school right inside. If you're looking for a calm place with quiet streets and mostly homeowners, this is a strong choice for you. As you're gonna see, there's also some churches, there's Carlton Park, and there's also a Carlton Lake here. That is pretty nice place to walk with the kids, right? It's also pretty close to any community, like you can go to Highway to Anthony Henday. Right next to it is going to be Chambery and Canossa. They are pretty much close to each other. Canossa is going to be over here. Chambery is going to be right here. They're roughly with a similar friendly orientated layouts, the way they have their houses designed. They usually offer larger lots with the houses itself, lower traffic because it's kind of end of the city behind the highway itself, right? And they also have a pretty quick access to the highway if you need that, right? So there's also some churches inside. There is a pretty nice Chambery lake here that you can take your kids or dog for a walk. And it's pretty quiet neighborhood for a family life. And it's also pretty easy to commute anywhere down north, where a lot of schools and churches as well, so it's not going to be a really big deal. And as I mentioned, another one is Canossa, just so you can see the borders kind of the neighborhood itself. So it also has another lake inside the community, and it's pretty much on the average price list for the home itself. So it's not really on the high ends. I would say it's like mid fives, or for 50 to mid fives, you can get really nice house for your family and for yourself. So next, we're heading down to the south side itself. So we're gonna be talking about the Greenfield community. It's a mature and favorite among like older families and older generations. It has fantastic schools, walkability, access to LRT everywhere, and peaceful layout. It feels like a hidden gem in the south of the South Gate. So if you're gonna see, it's pretty close to like golf clubs and a lot of different parks and schools. So with a walkable distance, your kids can go and visit a lot of different activities. And also it's not really that far from the Southgate Center, one of the biggest one. Also it's pretty close to any commute, to the Calgary Trail, to the White Mud itself, so you can communicate, you can go anywhere within the city pretty easily. And we're gonna go to another couple areas on the south side, closer to the Millwoods. This is gonna be Richfield and Tipaskan. They're all kinda also close to each other. These neighborhoods are really great with affordability. They have a lot of playgrounds, schools. Also, it's pretty close to the Costco itself, so that's one of the biggest supermarkets if you're like shopping in Costco. So the next one, as we mentioned already, is gonna be Tipaskan. It has a school inside the neighborhood. It also has a huge park over here. Now let's head west. Lymburn is one of those quiet lived-in communities with great access to West Edmonton Mall, good schools and green spaces. As you see, there's a couple parks as well over here. It's pretty good with commute with an Anthony Henday and with the Whitemood, so you can get anywhere within the city pretty quickly. It's perfect place for those who are looking for comfort and convenience. And as you can see, it's pretty close to West Edmonton Mall, one of the biggest malls in the whole Canada itself. And another one just beside this neighborhood, another hidden gem of the west side that is pretty also close to the West Edmonton Mall, is gonna be Aldergrove. As you're gonna see, it's right above it, right? And these neighborhoods, they usually have bigger yards on their properties. It's also have couple parks, have the same access to the Henday. Don't take it wrong, if you're gonna, if you're living right now on the west side or on the south side or north side and you're like, oh, why my neighborhood is not there? My neighborhood is also family orientated. It's pretty quiet. There is no crimes and other stuff. The thing is, I try to make it for an average buyer right now because, tariffs that hit us last year, everything that happening in the world right now hits the budget and economy of every country pretty hard. So I'm trying to be relevant for everybody who can watch this video itself. So there's, just quick overview, like there is a nice area in the park view in the lower heights, but it is more like a higher end neighborhoods in Crestwood. I also do have that information. It just, we're trying to stay relevant with everybody that these neighborhoods are in an average price point of $500,000 houses. Okay, next one is gonna be Beverly Heights. So a lot of people can actually raise the concern here. Hey, it's right on the 118th Avenue. And for those of you who are not really from Edmonton, never been here, 118th Avenue is not one of the best streets to live on, especially if your houses are facing right in front of here, because it doesn't have the best reputation. But there is a huge but. When I'm talking about the Beverly Heights, I'm talking mostly about the areas that are a little bit behind the first and second round of houses, and like on 16th, 15th, 14th, 13th and down, because that is pretty quiet area. I live pretty close to this place myself, and I've been walking at nights and have never had a problem there. Never. It has beautiful lake views. It has a lot of those viewpoints that you can actually drive the car with a cup of coffee, have a small day, just watch, see sunset. That's really gorgeous. And the price point over here, you're gonna be surprised how cheap you can get the house here. And that is an older neighborhood, so you may need to do some renovations in the house that you're getting. But it's also full of, schools. And it's also pretty close to, all main roads to the Yellowhead, and it's pretty also close to the Shore Park. So if you like, living close to Shore Park and you have the car, that's actually going to be like 10-minute commute. And the price point here is going to be 2 times cheaper than the Shore Park. This is literally, in my opinion, one of the biggest underestimated neighborhoods that people don't really want to even consider because properties are older and they need some attention. But at the very end, this is a really nice community, really quiet neighborhood with nice affordability and great commute. So it's your decision. I'm just here to help you out. Next one you're gonna see on the map is pretty close. It's gonna be Capilano. The only thing that this is gonna be a little bit on the higher end itself for the houses because of the also another river view on the North Saskatchewan River. This is one of the most established and respected family areas on the east end of the city, and usually it comes with the big lots on the properties, long-term residence, and strong pride and ownership. People don't usually move from this part of the city to others, so that's something that tells you about the quality of life in this neighborhood. And also the view that you can get there is amazing. Now let's go a little bit more central. Ottewell is a quiet, well-kept neighborhood with classic bungalows, big yards, and excellent schools. It's a place where families stay long-term, and that says also a lot about this neighborhood. That's not the greatest picture of the neighborhood itself. It's pretty close to like Walmart, so there's a lot of shopping areas in this neighborhood. You're gonna see on the map, not really that far from Capilano itself, but more centered, closer to the city center. If you're looking for affordable house in a great place with quiet streets, this is gonna be one of those as well for you. And the last but not the least is gonna be Forest Heights. So they are also close to Capilano and Ottewell, but this is more like center one. This is close to the golf course as well, close to the bridge. It's just minutes from downtown, and it's pretty peaceful. Surprisingly, how close this is from the downtown and from the the city vibe itself. You've got a river valley access, schools, playground, great walking trails. Families like this area because it has a nice urban access with a peaceful and quiet lifestyle itself. There you have it. Top 10 neighborhoods in Edmonton, best for families right inside the circle. No suburbs, no long hour drives through the city. If you want a personal list based of communities that are gonna fit your budget, your needs, and your demands, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll be happy to assist you and help you during this journey. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Comment if you have any other suggestions, which neighborhoods should be excluded or what should be added to this as well, just so we can keep people educated and we can help each other to, pick the best places to live in, especially for our kids and for our future. And don't forget to like and subscribe. That definitely helps my channel to grow and help you guys to understand and get more knowledge about the real estate and what the situation is right now. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. As I mentioned before, I'll be happy to assist. Bye bye.